What are whole numbers? Let's revise. What are, first of all, what is the very basic, the first type of numbers? These are the types of numbers, okay? In other words, when you come to ninth grade, you will find out that these are called number systems. Number systems. So the first number system that you study when you come to school in like kindergarten or something is natural numbers. What are natural numbers again?
1 to infinite.
1 to infinite. So 1.2 is also there, no? From 1 to infinity.
Yeah.
1.2 is a natural number.
No, it's not.
It's not. So you said from 1 to infinity. From 1 to infinity, okay? So 1.2 is also there in this list. So should we change our definition a little bit? What are natural
Yeah.
numbers? Try again.
1 to infinite, but they are also like decimals.
Okay. Hiba, can you give me some examples of natural numbers?
Like 1, then 1.1,
So
1.2.
1.1 is a natural number.
Yep.
Okay. What is another word for natural numbers?
I forgot.
Okay. Have you ever heard of counting numbers?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what are counting numbers?
0, 1, 2, 3, and so on.
Zero. Zero is also there in counting numbers. When you count something, let's say you have to count the number of students in your class. Do you start counting from 0?
No.
No. From where do you start counting?
1.
1. So counting numbers, or in other words, natural numbers, they start from
1.
They start from 1. Then next, what is the next number?
2.
2. Very good. And so on till infinity. So now do you see the difference in what was the definition that you told me earlier? You said 1 till infinity. So over here we can have 1.1 also, 1.5, anything. We can have decimals also. But if you define it clearly like this, then there is no space for decimals here, right?
Yeah.
Are you understanding the difference?
Yep.
Okay, good. So natural numbers. Now there is something called 0 also. What if you include 0 in this list? Then what is this list called?
Whole numbers.
Very good. So you remember pretty well, mashallah. So whole numbers. And then what's next after whole numbers? Okay. These are all positive, right? Can we have negative numbers?
Yeah.
Negative numbers. So if I take these whole numbers and I add a negative sign in front of them, so let's say -2, -1, all of these, and then along with their positive also, what are all these called?
Integers.
Very good, integers. So tell me one thing, is the -5.2, is this an integer?
No.
Very good, it's not an integer. Why?
Because because -5 is negative and 2 is positive.
So our number is not -5 and 2, it's -5.2. This is the
Because
number
of the
line.
point.
Very good. Because it is a decimal, and decimal numbers are not integers. So let's say this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. -1, -2, -3. Now just pay close attention here. These numbers, one sec. Okay. these numbers which I am marking with this dot, only these numbers are integers, and so on till infinity. Okay, till positive infinity. This is called, this portion, the right portion is going towards positive infinity, and the left portion is going towards negative infinity. Okay, anyway,
Okay.
so only these points are called integers. Whatever lies between them, that is not, those are not integers. Whatever lies between them, those are not integers. So for example, what lies between, can you name me any one number that lies between -1 and 0?
No.
You can't name any number, any type of number, it doesn't have to be integer, any type of number. Okay,
If I say minus 1.1, that then it will not be correct.
acha, you said -1.1. Okay, you said -1.1 will lie somewhere over here. Okay, tell me one thing, can you name a number that lies, any type of number, it doesn't have to be integer, it doesn't have to be natural number, whole number, it can be any type of number that lies between 0 and 1.
0.1.
Very good. 0.1. Just a minute. 0.1. So 0.1. So Hiba, acha, now can you tell me any number that lies between 1 and 2?
1.1, 1.2.
1.1. Now Hiba, look carefully. You said -1.1 lies between 0 and -1. But 1.1 lies between 1 and 2. So do you think there's something wrong with this? That you said -1.1 lies between 0 and 1. Do you think we should change the position of this? -1.1 should lie somewhere else. Where do you think it should lie?
-2 and -1.
Between -2 and -1. Very good.
Yeah, but you said earlier that integers don't have negative. No, integers don't have decimal.
That's what I
Right.
said. These are not integers, bache. Only these points, only these circles. You can see these circles. Only these are integers. Whatever is lying between them is not an integer. These are not integers. We will talk about what are these. We will talk about it later. Okay. But these are not integers. Okay. Now, can you name me any one integer between 0 and -1?
0 and -1.
Okay, don't get confused. Look at this. What was your answer for 0 and 1? What was your answer?
0.1.
0.1. So between 0 and -1, what should it be?
-0.1.
Very good. The same thing, just the negative. You can think of 0 as a mirror. Okay, it's a mirror. Whatever is on the left is a mirror image of whatever is on the right, but it just has a negative sign in front of it. That's all. Okay, so if this is 0.1, then somewhere over here is going to be -0.1. Okay.
Okay.
Now these are not integers. Yeah, so we were talking about is, again, if I give you a number is -2.6, is this an integer?
Yeah.
Okay, why is it an integer?
No, it's not an integer. It's a negative decimal.
Very good. Why is it not an integer? Because it has a decimal point. Now, what are these called? Yes, you're right. These are called decimals, but there is a more vast term for these. It's called rational numbers. Okay.
Okay.
How is it a rational number? For example, if you're talking about minus 1.1 or 0.1. How are these rational numbers? What is the definition of rational numbers? You told me that it can be defined, it can be written in the form of P upon Q. So is this written in the form of P by Q? It is a decimal, not a fraction.
No.
So why are we saying it's a rational number?
Because it has negative and positive.
But that's not the condition for a rational number, right? What is the condition for a rational number? It has to be in the form of P by Q.
We can write it as like 0.1 divided by 1.
Very good.
Like
Okay,
that.
0.1 divided by 1. All right. But there is we'll come to that. Can you also write it as 1 by 10? Think about it.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this thing, that P by Q, rational number. We were talking about the definition of a rational number. That a rational number is any number that can be written in the form of P by Q. And you also told me that Q should not be equal to 0. But then I asked you, what are P and Q? P and Q should be what? What kind of numbers? So I asked you, is this a rational number?
Yes.
Yes. So what is 3 and what is, what is 3 and what is minus 1?
They are negative integers.
They are, in general, they are integers, right? So you can say that P and Q are what? P and Q are integers.
Integers.
So this is the complete definition of a rational number, that it can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q should not be equal to 0. Fine?
Yeah.
So that is why you can't say that 0.1 by 1, that is why it's a rational number. It can be written as 0.1 upon 1, no problem. But rational number ki definition kya hoti hai? That it's supposed to be one integer divided by another integer. That's all. Getting
Okay,
it?
I got it now. Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. Where did our exercise go? All right. So now, do you remember the properties that we studied last year? Tell me what all properties you know about.
Distributive, commutative.
Okay, the first is closure. Okay, do you know what is closure?
No, I forgot.
Okay, closure property. Closure is coming from the word closed. Okay, what does closed mean? It means if you have any rational number, let's say 5 by 3 or 5 by minus 3, okay, and you have any other rational number, if you add them or you subtract them or multiply them or divide them, it's okay, not divide, you can't say divide, just add, subtract or multiply. If you add, subtract or multiply any rational number, the answer will always be a rational number. It can't be something that is not a rational number. Getting it? This is
Can you
called
give another
closure
example?
property. Okay, let me give you a proper example. For example, you can have 1 by 2 plus 0 by 2. Okay, what is the answer? 1 by 2.
1 by 2.
Let's give an example of subtraction. 1 by 5 minus 3 by 5. What is the answer? 1 by 5 plus 3 by 5. Yes, because minus
Yeah.
minus gives plus. So 1 by 5 plus 3 by 5 is what? 4 by 5. Is this a rational number?
Yeah. But
Yes.
can we say like -4/5 because 3 has minus and it is a greater number?
Okay, Hiba, just remember what we talked about when we have two different numbers. So let's revise here. When we have two different numbers, let's say 5 and wait a minute. 5 and 3, and both of them are of the same sign. Okay, we had two different things, same sign, same sign and opposite sign. बच्चे जब सेम साइन होता था तो हम क्या करते थे? When it's the
We
same
add.
sign, we are supposed to
Add.
add. Very good. And whose sign are we going to put? Obviously they are both the same, so एक ही sign आएगा, है ना?
Yeah.
Same sign. Okay. If they are both opposite sign, what are we supposed to do with them? Let's say 5 and -3.
We subtract and take the sign of the greater number.
Very good. We subtract and take the sign of greater number. That's all. Fine. Now tell me about this. 1 by 5 plus 3 by 5. Are they the same sign or opposite sign?
Same.
Same sign. So why will we put a negative sign over here? Getting it?
Yeah. So if we so like basically we change the thing. Like
We didn't change
instead of
anything. We just simplified it. It was basically um, minus of minus. So there were two minus signs in front of each other. So we said minus into minus is plus. So we are just going to replace this thing with a plus. Okay.
okay.
So from this is the first step. This is the second step. Now you have to move from the second to the third step, right? Got
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Okay, good. Now, we were talking about closure property. So again, in addition, it is closed. It is closed means closure property holds. In subtraction also, the closure property holds. Now let's come to multiplication. If you have 1 by 2 multiplied by 5 by, not 5, let's say, okay, fine, 5 by 3. What is this? Or let's say -5 by 3. What is this?
Can we also say like 1 multiplied by 5 instead of the like 2 and 3?
What does that mean? I didn't get you.
Like can we just say 1 multiplied by -5?
Okay, you are talking about another example. You want to take another example?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other
Like
example that you want to take.
do we always have to write it in fraction?
No. Okay, Hiba, is 1 a rational number? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, so we can take 1 also as an example. है ना? Is 5 a rational number or -5 a rational number? Yes, it is a rational number. So we can take this example also. है ना?
Okay.
So let's take this example. 1 into -5 is
-5.
-5. And that is a rational number or not?
It is.
It is. So even in multiplication, the closure property is there in rational numbers. So what about division? Do you just think about it? Do you think that if you have any rational number divided by any rational number, it is always going to be a rational number? Think about it.
No.
Can you give me an example?
Like if we have 5 divided by 8, so it will be 5 by 8.
Okay, if you have 5 divided by 8, it will be 5 by 8. 5 by 8 is not rational.
It is.
It is rational, na? So can you give me some example jahan pe both these numbers are rational numbers, but this number is not a rational number?
like all the numbers are rational, so how can we make it not rational?
Good question. See, let's say you have 1 by 2 divided by 0. First of all, is 0 a rational number?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Because 0 can be written as anything. 0 by 1. Here 0 is an integer, 1 is an integer. What is the definition of a rational number? यही तो होती है ना कि it can be written as p by q, where p and q are both integers and q, the denominator, is not equal to 0. So the denominator should not be 0. Numerator तो हो सकता है 0, है ना? So this is a rational number. Fine. So 0 is a rational number. So now can you tell me what is 1 by 2 divided by 0? Can you divide anything by 0?
No.
No, you can't, because it's going to be an
Zero.
no, it's not going to be 0. Hiba, we talked about this last year as well. Okay, we can revise. See, all right. What is 0 divided by 5?
0.
Very good. Now, what is 5 divided by 0?
5.
5. Okay, what is 5 divided by 1?
5.
So 5 divided by 1 is 5 and 5 divided by 0 is also 5.
5 divided by 0 is undefined.
Very good. Undefined. So undefined, we write it sometimes as infinity as well. So this is a rational number? No, it's not a rational number, hai na?
Yeah.
So therefore 1 by 2 divided by 0, or any number for that matter divided by 0, it gives you a number which is not a rational number. So that is why we say that it does not have closure property. Division does not have closure property, or in other words, rational numbers are not closed under division.
Yeah, but what if we say 1 by 2 divided by 3 by 2?
It is a rational number. See, bache, this is 2 and 2 get cancelled. 3, 1 by 3. Okay. Hiba, see, if all of the other numbers are following this rule, but there is just one example that you have which is not following this rule, then you cannot say that the entire thing is following this rule. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
When we say that closure property should be there, it means that for every single example or for every single number, closure property should be there. Even if you can find one example that is not following the closure property, then that means that the closure property is not there for that particular thing. You getting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like all of them have to be correct.
Yeah, even if I find one example that doesn't follow that rule, then you can't accept that rule. Getting it? So that's why we are saying that in rational numbers, closure property is there for addition, subtraction, and multiplication, not for division. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Fine. So that is closure property. Now quickly, what is the next property? Closure ke baad there is commutative property. Can you tell me what is commutative property?
Can you give an example?
Okay, what do you mean by commutative? Do you remember we talked about it?
Yeah, like if you change the numbers, like if you have 0 and plus 7, if you have 0 plus 7, if you even write it as 7 plus 0, you will get the same answer.
Very good.
And
So if you just change the order, yeah.
yeah, and
Huh.
in commutative property, only addition is commutative, and subtraction, division, and multiplication are not
Multiplication
commutative.
is not commutative.
Multiplication is.
Huh. Multiplication and addition are commutative. Subtraction and division are not commutative. ठीक है?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Next, third, associative. What is associative?
Like you change the order of that thing, of that
Yeah. Can you give me an example?
yeah, 7 by the, yeah, 7 with addition and addition and multiplication are only associative, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I will give an example of multiplication. 7 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 5 is equal to 7 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 5.
Very
Like
good.
we put the in bracket and all this.
Yeah. So what does this mean? This basically means that या तो आप इन दोनों को पहले सॉल्व कर लो, थर्ड वाले को बाद में करो, या आप सेकंड एंड थर्ड नंबर को पहले सॉल्व कर लो, फर्स्ट नंबर को बाद में करो. It doesn't matter. The answer is going to be the same. And this is there for associative. Sorry, this is there for addition and multiplication.
Multiplication.
Okay. Fine. Then what is the next property? Distributive.
Distributive.
What is distributive property?
We just like distribute the numbers.
What is distributive over what? Which operation, by the way, these plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, these are called operations. Okay. So which operation is distributive over which operation? What does that mean? Yeah, see, it means multiplication is distributive over addition, because you say a multiplied by b plus c, है ना? हम ये तो नहीं कर सकते कि a plus b into c is equal to a plus b into a plus c. Can we say this? No, this is wrong. Addition is not distributive over multiplication. It's the other way around. Multiplication is distributive over addition. This is a multiplied by b plus a multiplied by c. Are you sure you're getting this?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
So multiplication is also distributed over addition. Sorry, subtraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then there's the distributive property. Now, what is the fifth one? Existence of identity. What is identity? There are two types of identity. Remember, addition,
Additive
identity,
and multiplicative.
Multiplicative identity. Can you tell me what is the additive identity of?
It is 0.
For rational numbers? Yes. Additive identity is 0. And what is a multiplicative identity?
1.
Very good. Is 1. Now, inverse. What is inverse? There are two things again. Additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. What are these? Can you give me an example?
Like the additive inverse of 5 is 1 by 5.
The additive inverse of 5 is okay. Additive inverse का मतलब क्या होता है बच्चे? It means that you have some number, let's say p by q. आप उसमें उसका inverse जब आप add करेंगे, so you are supposed to get the identity, additive identity. And what is additive identity? 0. तो आप p by q या any random number, let's say a में आप कौन सा number add करेंगे कि आपको 0 मिलना चाहिए?
Minus a.
Very good, exactly, minus a. So what is the additive identity for any rational number?
The number itself plus the negative number of
The
it.
negative of the number. The additive inverse. Did I say identity by mistake? The additive inverse of any rational number is the negative of the number. ठीक है? Is the negative of the number. For example, जैसे you said, for additive inverse of 5 is minus 5. The additive inverse of minus 1 by 2 is, can you tell me?
I think 1 by 2.
Very good, Hiba, mashallah. And what about the additive inverse of 0?
It is 0 itself.
Very good. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now multiplicative inverse. किसी भी चीज का, किसी भी rational number का multiplicative inverse क्या होता है? It's reciprocal. Why? Because if you have any rational number, let's say p by q, multiplicative inverse means that number जिससे जब आप इस rational number को multiply करेंगे तो आपको multiplicative identity मिलनी चाहिए, which is 1. है ना?
Yeah. So q by p.
Very good. So it is q by p. So reciprocal is that. So now what is the multiplicative inverse of 3?
3 by 1.
3 by 1. What is the inverse of 3? Multiplicative inverse.
Sorry,
Yani ki what is the
1 by 3.
reciprocal of 3? Very good. 1 by 3. What is the multiplicative inverse of negative 2 by 5?
5 by minus 2.
Okay. In other words, you can say minus 5 by 2 also. It's the same thing. आप कहें 5 by minus 2 या आप कहें 5 minus 5 by 2, it's the same thing. This negative sign can travel up and down very freely. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. What is the multiplicative inverse of 0?
0.
0.
No.
0 का reciprocal क्या होता है?
1 by 0.
What is 1 by 0?
Undefined.
Very good. It is not defined. ठीक है? तो सिर्फ एक नंबर है पूरे रैशनल नंबर्स में, सिर्फ एक नंबर है जिसका कोई भी मल्टीप्लिकेटिव इनवर्स है ही नहीं. वो कौन सा नंबर है? विच नंबर इज दैट?
0.
0. So you can say, remember this, okay? 0 is the only rational number, यानी वो इकलौता ऐसा rational number है which doesn't have any multiplicative inverse. Is this clear, Hiba?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so this is about it. Okay, this is about the inverses. These are the properties of any number system. What are these? अभी हम क्या discuss कर रहे थे? ये 5 चीजें क्या थी? These are the properties of, sorry, 6 चीजें. These were the properties of number systems. Right now, which number system are we discussing in this chapter?
rational numbers.
Rational numbers. Very good. Now let's come to the exercise. Using appropriate properties, find the following. So this is the exercise 1.1. First question. Yes, Hiba. So we have minus 2 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 5 plus 5 by 2 minus 3 by 5 multiplied by 1 by 6. Yeah.
I was when this chapter was being explained, I was absent, so I didn't
Acha.
understand it. And also, when I
Hmm.
asked the teacher, the way she was explaining, I didn't get it. So that's why.
You didn't get it. Okay, no problem. Fine. So Hiba, okay. So Hiba, one more thing is that you've studied the BODMAS rule, right? Wait,
What's
let me
that?
just see if you have it in your textbook. Just a minute. Mm, no, I don't think. No, no, no. I don't think you have a BODMAS rule in 8th grade. Just a minute, Hiba. Okay, fine. Okay, so अब यहाँ पे what we're gonna do is we're gonna first see what all are the terms. जैसे last year we did in algebra. So जो भी चीजें आपस में multiply हो रही है ना, उनका आप एक group बना लीजिए. Fine. Now whatever is being multiplied with each other, that is going to be sticking to each other. They will stick to each other. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to do is, now this is separate.
So like
Fine.
the ones that are being multiplied are like terms.
Yeah, exactly. They are terms. Now ये जो आपका 5 by 2 है ना, move it due to commutative property. So now you're going to apply commutative property. Commutative property क्या कहता है कि भाई you can move it here and there, है ना? This is what commutative property is, right? That you are
Yeah.
free to move the numbers around.
What if we forget to put the property name?
Well, it's not going to be much of an issue. I don't think it should be an issue. Okay.
Okay. So like, is it a must to write the name of the property that we used?
Well, it would be better if you write it. है ना?
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm just going to rewrite everything and I'm going to move this 5 by 2 over here. So again, हमारे groups क्या थे? This is one group. This is another group. And my 5 by 2 is here. Now, can you see that this, you can say over here, this thing, can you write this as 2 by 3, or in other words, can we write this as minus, can we do this 3 by 5 को हम आगे ले आए and 2 by 3 को पीछे कर दें? Can we do that? 3/5 into 2/3. Can we do this?
Yeah, but why is it necessary to do that?
I'll show you. I'll show you. अभी आपको पता चल जाएगा. Now look at the second group. Second group में there is minus 3/5 multiplied by 1/6. ठीक है? Now you will see here that we have something common. What is common? Minus 3/5
-3/5.
is common in both these so-called terms. ठीक है? So you can take minus 3/5 common. है ना?
Yeah.
And bracket में अंदर क्या आ जाएगा? 2/3
multiplied by 1/6.
प्लस. बच्चे अंदर प्लस या माइनस ही हो सकता है. It can't be multiplied. Why? Because इन दोनों के बीच में there is an invisible plus sign. There is an invisible plus sign. ठीक है?
So like it's always plus?
See हिबा, अगर यहाँ पे -1/6 होता ना तो आप यहाँ पे -1/6 लिखते. You would have written -1/6. But since there is no minus sign over here, you will write +1/6. Because हमने क्या चीज कॉमन ली है? We have taken -3/5 as common. So when you take -3/5 as common, just a sec, Hiba, I'm getting a call. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry, Hiba. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
हाँ. So, हाँ. Now
Like
imagine
what
that
if we don't
बताएं.
change the position of -2/3 and 3/5?
Okay, no problem. No problem at all. Let's say we don't change the position. Then, okay. ठीक है. Now, from this, can you take something as common from these two? कुछ common नजर आ रहा है आपको इनमें?
Yeah,
3/5. 3/5 है ना? Only 3/5 is common. So अब एक काम करते हैं कि 3/5 को हम ले लेते हैं. Once again, Hiba, I'm sorry. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Hiba, where were we?
I was asking if we can change the position of -2/3 and 3/5. No, if we don't change the position.
हाँ. So yeah, we were discussing कि 3/5 is common. उसके बाद बताइए 3/5 common हो गया. हम इसे common ले लें? Can we take it common?
Yeah, but their signs are not common.
It's okay. 3/5 is common. No, that's all we need. अच्छा ये देखिए हिबा, if you take over here -3/5 है यहाँ पे. अगर आपने सिर्फ 3/5 उठा लिया तो यहाँ पे क्या बच जाएगा? This minus sign will be attached to this, इसके आगे वाला जो नंबर है. So then दिस विल बिकम 3. आपने अगर 3/5 को आउट ले लिया, कॉमन ले लिया बाहर, तो यू विल बी लेफ्ट विद -1/6. आर यू गेटिंग इट?
Yeah, I understand.
वेरी गुड. ठीक है. um
Can we do this one instead, because this is like more comfortable?
you want to do this particular method
Yeah.
instead of this one, है ना? This is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, then no problem, we can leave this. एंड हाँ, तो हमने 3/5 कॉमन ले लिया. अब आप मुझे बताइए कि 3/5 कॉमन लेने के बाद 3/5 multiplied by what is 3/5 being multiplied with in the first term?
-2/3 minus
Very good.
1/6.
Very good. अब क्या बचा हमारे पास ब्रैकेट बंद करने के बाद? 5/2. Are you doing this
That's 5/2.
simultaneously in all?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now -2/3 -1/6. अब इसको सॉल्व करने के ना हिबा दो तरीके हैं. One is that the first method is that you take the minus sign, या आपका जो माइनस साइन आ रहा है, you take it common outside the bracket. What does that mean? कि आपने बोला कि भाई दोनों ही नंबर्स हमारे माइनस माइनस हो रहे हैं, so we can just take the minus sign common, so it becomes minus, this minus sign comes here, -3/5 multiplied by, अब ये जो अंदर बचा that will only be positive, अंदर सिर्फ पॉजिटिव बचेगा, so 2/3 plus 1/6, then फिर बाकी ये बच रहा है. ठीक है, this is one method. The other method is you don't need to take the negative sign common, you can just simply solve -2/3 -1/6. So ये क्या होगा इसका LCM? -2/3 -1/6 का LCM क्या होगा? 3 and 6 का LCM. What is the LCM of 3 and 6? अच्छा, ये बात बताइए.
6.
Very good, very good. It will be 6. So now 3 multiplied by what gives you 6?
3, so it will be -4.
Very good. -4. Then बीच में माइनस साइन आ रहा है,
-1.
-1. वेरी गुड हिबा. +5/2. ठीक है, तो अभी हमारे पास क्या बचा? What do we have remaining? We have 3/5 multiplied by what is -4 -1?
5/6.
5/6. साइन क्या लगाना चाहिए हमें?
-5/6.
वेरी गुड, -5/6. ठीक है.
But you said when we have like two negative signs, we will add them. But
We will
whose
add
sign
them.
will we put?
You tell me. Look here and tell me whose sign will we put if they are the same sign.
But what if we write 4 plus 1/6?
बच्चे, is it 4 plus 1 or is it -4 -1?
-4 -1.
है ना, तो आपने 4 और 1 को माइनस, और जो दोनों माइनस साइन थे उसको आपने गायब कैसे कर दिया? What is the sign
But
of
like
-4 and -1?
But before you showed me an example.
This one, are you talking about this?
Yeah.
Okay, what about this?
How did -3 change into +3?
Okay, this is, यहाँ पे जो हो रहा है ना, यहाँ पे जो हो रहा है, this is different from this thing. यहाँ पे जो हो रहा है माइनस मल्टीप्लाइड बाय माइनस, आपस में सामने सामने दो नेगेटिव साइंस हैं. दे when they come in front of each other, they give rise to a positive sign. जैसे हमने पहले भी last year also we discussed this, that if you have a negative word in front of a negative word, इसका total meaning क्या होता है? It is a positive word, है ना? तो इसी तरह if there is, just a minute हिबा, इसी तरह if there is a negative word, sorry, negative sign and a negative sign, then it's going to
Positive.
give you a positive sign. ठीक है?
Okay.
This is
So
what
what?
has happened over here.
So what if it was -1 -3?
Okay. -1 minus -3. ठीक है? First of all, you have to deal with the two minus signs that are coming right in front of each other. Minus into minus is
Positive.
positive. So this becomes -1 plus 3. Now you have to deal with these two numbers, -1 and +3. दोनों के साइन सेम है, ऑपोजिट है?
Opposite.
Opposite sign. So will you add them or subtract them?
Subtract them.
Subtract them. Subtract करने के बाद साइन किस नंबर का लगेगा? The bigger number, है ना?
Yeah.
So what will this become? Subtract करने के बाद 3 minus 1 is
+2.
2. Sign bigger number का, bigger number is 3. 3 का sign क्या है? Positive. So this will be +2. समझ में आई बात?
Yeah.
Okay. You understood now कि -4 -1, how does it become -5?
It's
Understood?
a bit confusing.
Okay.
Like how is -1 minus, no, how is 1 minus -3 and -4 -1 different?
Okay, how are they different? Here,
Yeah.
अरे एक second हिबा. Here you have opposite signs. यहाँ पे दोनों के साइन ऑपोजिट हैं, -1 और +3. Their signs are opposite. Here it is -1 and -4. Their signs are the same.
No, I'm talking about 1 minus -3.
1 minus -3. 1 minus -3 जो है ये, what will this become? First of all, you have to deal with the two negative signs that are coming in front of each other. What will this become?
1 plus 3.
1 plus 3. Now you look at this. Don't look at this now because this is already done. ये हम कर चुके, आगे बढ़ चुके. We have moved forward. So look at this and tell me 1 plus 3. These two numbers have same sign or opposite sign?
Same.
Same sign. So you will add them or subtract them?
Add.
Add them. When you add them, you will put the which sign will you put? You will put वही sign जो दोनों के पास है ना?
Yeah.
You will put the same sign. So when you add them, what do you get? 4. When you put the same sign, what is the same sign? +4. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? यहाँ पे both of them are the same sign, but that same sign is negative. Negative sign है. That's why answer में negative sign है.
Oh, okay, I understood now.
Good. Okay. So अच्छा, अब जल्दी से इसको हम सॉल्व कर लेते हैं, फिर आप सेकंड वाला पार्ट खुद से कीजिएगा, ठीक है?
Okay.
Because our class time is up. So now can we cancel this 5 and -5? यहाँ पे क्या बचेगा? -1 बचेगा, है ना?
Yeah.
Let me zoom into this.
It will be -1,
Can we cancel
right?
this 3 and yes, -1 because there is a minus sign over here. We cannot ignore that. Then can we cancel this 3 and 3 2s are 6? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Okay. तो हमारे पास क्या बचा? What do we have remaining?
-1/2 plus 5/2.
Very good. -1/2 plus 5/2. अब ये बताइए ये कैसे होगा?
It will be 4/2. Positive
Very
4/2.
good. It will be 4/2.
So can we like
And what is 4 by 2
further
equal to?
simplify it? Yeah, it will be